My last race of the year. It's been up, it's been down, but can we finish with my fastest 10 mile? It's the Buntingford 10, let's go. Hello, I'm Nick, this is NRG Runs. Welcome to or welcome back to the channel on this cold, misty morning, the last Sunday of the year. So those of you who've been following for a while, you may remember my Buntingford 10 video this time last year. It's about my 10th or 11th video. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you've been here that long, because we're a year on now and it's time to do it again. So last year it was 1 hour 3 minutes 59. There's no way I'm getting that this year, but the aim is to go faster than the 10 mile handicap race I did 6 weeks ago now, and I'm going to set out at 6:40 a mile, that's 4:09 a kilometre, and just see how that feels. If it works out, that'll be 1 hour 6 minutes 40 seconds, which will be about 1 minute 40 quicker than I did it 6 weeks ago. So that's the hope, but maybe not the expectation. I'll just have to see how it goes. Let's go, indeed. Here we are at the start line for the Buntingford 10. It's actually 3 races in one today, because we've got the Buntingford Year Ed 10, the race itself, we've got the British Masters 10 Mile Road Championships, and we've even got the Hertfordshire Senior Road Running County Championships as well. But more about that very shortly, as I've got to do my standard bit to camera first. It's my last race of the year. It's been up, it's been down, but can we finish with my fastest 10 mile? It's the Buntingford 10, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So, as you can see, we've got the numbers of people on the back of their tops representing the different age categories. I think that was specifically for the British Masters event. But yeah, you've got people from potentially coming from quite far afield for this race, but actually for me it's a local one in Hertfordshire. You can see lots of local running clubs from in and around the area. It's really well represented in that respect. So yeah, a really good turnout for today's race, which was a sellout. So as I mentioned before, trying to settle into around a sort of 6:40 a mile pace, so 4:09 a kilometre, and you can see the stats on the left hand side. You've got my pace, I'm just hovering up a little bit above that right now, but yeah, just settling it in. You can see I'm weaved a bit over the road from one side to another, but we're all kind of gathering up on the path now. Also, you can see on the left, obviously it's showing my distance in miles, because this is a 10 mile race, and then top left corner you've got my heart rate, which you will see climbing steadily for a lot of this race. And then on the right hand side you've got the slope, and I think the Garmin at times is a little bit out in terms of actually what you can see from the footage, but it will give you an idea of kind of whether we're going uphill or downhill. And to be fair, there is quite a bit of both in this race. So yeah, currently sitting in, we've got a nice sort of pace now. You can see we've got a bunch of North Herts Road runners just up in front, and yeah, a few guys I recognise there for sure. So you can see just on the left hand side with black hair, that is Adrian, who I ran quite a bit of Yorkshire Marathon with back in 2022, and to be honest, he saved my race that day. You can see him there just right in front of the camera now, because I was struggling around sort of 14 miles in. Just saw him, didn't really know him at all before, but obviously recognised the local vest, and yeah, we got briefly chatting, and we just kind of locked in for a number of miles until I inevitably got cramp. But yeah, enough on that. We're back in this race, so we've skipped ahead now, just approaching the first mile on my watch, but as you can see, There's no mile marker in sight just yet, so it's a little bit different in terms of the course. I've got Pixaby just in front of me right now. He's a regular commentator on the channel, so I just want to give a shout out to Peter. As we hit the first mile mark, it was a 6:44, so that's 4:11 kilometre pace, and it's very slightly uphill, only plus 7 foot overall. So yeah, just very slightly slower than my intended pace of 6:40, but actually I was pretty much on pace until we just turned a kind of tight corner and I just got a bit stuck behind. So yeah, really happy with that first mile. Didn't want to go off too fast, so I definitely haven't done that. But as you can see now, pace has slipped a little bit, so I've just moved over into the road, and I just want to kind of get it back down around that kind of 6:40 a mile pace and just see how long I can hold it for. So as a go of the 35 number comes through, I'm gonna go and head with him. So skip forward it again now, so just approaching the second mile mark. But to be honest, I just wanted to say I probably missed a really good opportunity to get some nice footage of runners running in both directions. Fortunately for us though, Greg runs ultras. Check out his channel on YouTube. He's another local runner, and he's got a great job of getting that footage from a head cam just like mine. You can see people on both sides of the road. If I had actually filmed it, I would have seen 40 runs. Another kind of local Hertfordshire runner, but with a massive following on YouTube, so you've probably heard of him. He's actually done a video of the Buntingford 10, but reviewing one of his Adidas race shoes. But time is flying by, so it's mile 2. It was a 6:33. It is minus 52 feet downhill, so yeah, making the most there. So now we've moved forward again. We're just approaching the 3 mile mark, and as you can see, we're out into the kind of more rural sections of the course now. We're out of Buntingford and we're on the country roads as we approach the 3 mile mark. So you can see I've already hit it on my watch, but again, probably a bit of not running the course as kind of directly as I wanted to, which means it's actually a little while till we get to the mile marker. But we've hit it now, and it's a 6:38, so 4:07 a kilometre, and that was net minus 18 downhill.
Here we go. You see, that's 5k, 21:37, just ahead of pace, but this is where the work starts.
This is where the work starts indeed, and the reason you're heading uphill. So we're just coming to the end of the 4th mile now, and it was a plus 95 foot uphill. So this is the hilliest mile of the race. It's always a bit of a slog. I actually had a bit of a kind of headwind at times as well. So yeah, it was a tough one. I've already obviously passed it on my watch, but we're just approaching the mile marker, I believe, shortly. Yeah, I think it's coming up on the left hand side here. And so this mile, it was a 7-minute mile, 4:21 a kilometre.
It's the hardest mile done, guys.
That's the hard one done, I say. So that's the worst of it over. But I remember seeing 7 minutes on my watch and just thinking, it would have been nice if I could have just stayed in the 6 somethings. But yeah, really happy with that overall. It's only 20 seconds down on what is a tough part of the race. Right, so we're moving ahead now, just approaching the 5 mile mark. The weather here on the camera looks bloody awful. To be honest, it was a bit misty, it was a bit murky, but it wasn't too wet. But I will show you some audio just so you can get an idea, because there was a bit of a headwind, as I was saying before, at times, which did make it tough. So yeah, wherever I could, I was just trying to get on the back of people and just kind of work together and try and not get too exposed to the elements, because yeah, it was a bit tough at times, but it was really cold and I love running in the cold weather. So hit 5 miles now, so it was a 6:42, so 4:10 kilometre pace. It was plus 27 foot, so a bit uphill, but nowhere near as bad as that previous one. So yeah, very happy with getting back onto sort of the pace that I was aiming for the race. And as we can see here, I'm getting right down to the sort of 6:18, 6:17s, but the heart rate is rising. Okay, so we're over halfway through the race. I think it was 34 minutes just to say for halfway. We're now hitting 6 miles. We've got Stephen Strider in front. I saw quite a lot of this guy and I was just trying to keep him in my eyesight a lot of the time. But yeah, I'm just trying to get on the back of him now as we approach the 6 mile marker. But yeah, right on pace where I want to be, that 6:40. But it was getting tough out there. But yeah, the worst of the elevation was over. This was 19 plus 19 feet. So yeah, not too bad compared to some. So yeah, 6 miles now, we've hit a 6:40 on the dot, so 409 kilometer pace. Very happy with that, and just yeah, being able to kind of keep consistent. Having a little look at my watch there as we roll it on.
So that's 41, 45 is 10k, there or thereabouts. Done the worst of the course now. Got some time to make up.
A bit of time to make up, as I say, because of that earlier hills in the course. But yeah, I was feeling strong, and actually I think you can hear in my voice there, I don't sound too laboured. Don't get me wrong, I'm choosing to do that bits of recording on the downhills, make it easier for myself. But yeah, I'm feeling quite controlled, to be honest, at this point. So it's 7 miles now. We're just approaching the marker again. I have been trying to run these roads kind of as directly straight as possible to kind of, yeah, wherever the next curves are, to avoid running longer. But you can see still that, yeah, on my watch, it's a little bit over at this point, and I'm like, okay, that's gonna come back to bite me at the end, most likely. But here we are, we're hitting the 7 mile mark. It's a 6:24, 3:59 a kilometre for that one, but that's a minus 130 foot downhill. And I think maybe one of the marshals there was Julian, who does Julian running commentary, Royston runner, lots of really interesting facts and figures.
Cheers, thank you.
Keep it going.
Cheers guys, appreciate it.
So I just wanted to show you here just a little bit of the water stop, just so you can get an idea. You could get that on the way out and the way back. But now we've hit 8 miles. It's already gone past on my watch, but obviously you can see the 8 mile marker coming up as we, yeah, just trying to cling on the back of this pack. So for 8 miles, it was a 6:30 mile, or 4:02 a kilometre. So yeah, really pleased with that pace. It was minus 8 feet downhill, so a little bit of a decline, but not much. So I'm really pleased I've been able to kind of push it on at this point. And we got a nice dog walker on the right hand side. Right, you can see we're getting back into Buntingford now. I've got this chap on my shoulder. I think there's a vegan runner that comes into view shortly as well. Just approaching 9 miles, and now we're heading back into Buntingford. We've done the country roads and the ups and the downs, almost, shall we say. But yeah, this one, I'm really just trying to push on at this point in the race and just try and keep my form, stay as strong as possible, and just, yeah, see what I can do, really. So there's a sharp bend coming up very shortly, which is a bit tight. But yeah, you'll see the 9 mile marker. It's already obviously gone over my watch. And we'll get to that split very shortly. This is always a nice little bit of support you get really on this corner here as you take that bend. You see the 9 mile mark on the left hand side. It's a 6:37 for the mile, 4:07 for the kilometre, and it's a plus 23 feet. So yeah, a little bit uphill, but not too bad. So again, really pleased with my pace at this late stage in the race. As we head back towards, there's a few little kind of residential roads, some of them that we've passed on the way out, and it does start to become a bit of a struggle here, a bit of a kind of mental test to keep going as you're heading slightly uphill for quite a lot this final mile, and it does get tough. So we're going to listen to the audio now. We've got less than a quarter of a mile to go. This mile is 44 feet uphill overall, so it gets tough, but it's the last mile. You just got to go for it, and that is exactly what I'm gonna do. Let's listen in.
Thank you. Thanks guys.
So I'm thanking the marshals. I can't really see anyone particularly close in front. There is I think there's a North Herts road runner up ahead, and I'm just trying to push the pace down as much as I can, see if I can catch him. I know I'm going to be close to that kind of 1 hour 6:40 mark that I talked about at the start of the race. So I'm just giving it what I've got. Yeah, I am definitely working. As 0.2 of a mile to go. There's some signs coming up shortly which say how many meters there is to go, and I am just going for it now. I'm just trying to push the pace It is up a slope, it's a bit of a long finish this one, but it's not far to go. I know the end is in sight, and now I've just got to push. So you can see the sign on the right hand side, it says 300 metres to go. I know this is the time. There's a North Ups road runner up in front. Can I catch him? We're going down into the 6s. Can we get into the 5s? That's what we need to do at this stage. We need to push, we need to push. Can we get into the 5s? Yes, we're into the 5s. Okay, can we catch these? There's a couple of people in front. I'm really trying to push the pace now. There's hardly any time to go. I know my heart rate's going through the roof. It's 183, it's pretty high. I'm on the 530s now. I'm still pushing. I'm gonna get this guy. Am I gonna get this guy? He's just had a look back. He's had a look back. He knows I'm there, and he is going. Fair play, he is going. But can we get down? We've got the crowd here. We've got a few people that have finished. Can we get down to the 4s? Can I get in the 4s? I'm pushing. I can see the finish line. Yes, we're into the 4s. How low can we go? We're just last bit now. The sprints are coming out. Fair play to both those North Ups road runners out in front. They have held me off. Great running from everyone there.
Cheers. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Cheers.
So it's fair to say I'm a bit knackered, but we've got a finish line photo courtesy of Liz Eaton, so thank you Liz for the photo. And you can just see coming to shot now, you've got Donato, another YouTuber, Chatty Adventures.
Yeah, I recognise it.
Did you beat SUB-3?
No, because I'm coming back from injury, so I beat them my time I was aiming for by 4 seconds, so happy days. Thanks mate, how's you going?
About a minute behind last year's. But...
yeah, is what it is, right? Yeah, no, well done. Oh, my word. That's Buntingford done. 1:06:35. 5 seconds faster than I was aiming for, so very happy with that. So just on the cool down now. Oh, I'm so pleased with that. I was not sure if I could keep that pace. But that is a good, that's a good minute 30 quicker than I did just 6 weeks ago. It's a bit over on my watch as well, but yeah, average on my watch 6:37 a mile, so 3 seconds a mile quicker than what I was aiming for. So yeah, so pleased, and a great way to finish the year. So that's 36 miles for the week, furthest I've run in a week since April, since before I got injured. So we're building, and we've got Cambridge half marathon in March, got a few other races before, looking to do the Hatfield 10k in a couple of weeks time. So yeah, lots to look forward to. Just want to say a little shout out to Royston Runners putting on this race. Thank you to all the marshals, all the organisers involved. It's always a super race and a great way to the end of the year, so thank you guys. So that is all for this one. If you enjoyed the video, do give it a like. If you've made it this far, please do consider subscribing to the channel, and hopefully you'll see me get that sub-3 in 2025. But happy New Year to you all, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.